Oh God, now I'm in trouble.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Listography. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. Randy Newman week, and we are on to side 3 for this week's discussion. We are going to talk about some songwriters that, especially in the rock and pop genre, that's really what we're focusing on here. Songwriters that use humor in their writing. A lot of that in Randy's work. Not always laugh out loud funny, but definitely, some sarcasm, some biting wit. Not a lot of people can do it. No, even fewer can do it well. So these are some of our favorite funny songwriters.
I'm going to go with Adam Green, his solo stuff, and the little bit of the Moldy Peaches, but especially his solo stuff. He's got a way to just be just like, he uses these characters in his songs and talks down to them, and like will tell stories about like embarrassing moments, and just he's really kind of a jerk about it. And I think it's pretty funny. I'm also going to throw in Steven Tyler, and a lot of it is just kind of like over sexualized, like smutty, but he has to know it is. Let's also go with Craig Finn of the Hold Steady, a great lyricist overall, but always has a really unique way of painting a picture. And just, I always think it's humorous because like the stuff he says is usually just really obvious, but like he'll feel down about it, or just really clever the way he like is funny at times. Let's throw in Alex Cameron, who I know Jason really likes. Has that one lyric in Candy May, which I just die every time I hear, when he's like, I know she's seen me naked. I know she knows I'm packing heat. And just this, it's just this unnecessary bravado that he carries in that song is really funny. And then, they're obvious like comedy acts like Flight of the Conchords and stuff like that, but I'll throw in Stephen Merritt of Magnetic Fields. He has a way with some goofy stuff too, that especially on his newest one, there's some funny stuff in the one that's just like a bunch of quick songs. Really good stuff.
Good call on Alex Cameron, especially during Randy Newman week, because he uses the same tactic of going into character and writing from different perspectives, even going so far as to wear fake like prosthetics on his face for an entire tour. But yeah, if you don't know Alex Cameron, go check out some of his records. They're really great. But for me, there are two, like, whenever I think of people using humor in rock music, there's like two guys that I think of all the time right off the top of the head. The first one that comes to mind is Frank Zappa. Just a lot of really funny stuff, and also like really, commenting on all kinds of things in society. But the other guy I always think of is Todd Rundgren. I always think of him all the time, but he's got a lot of really funny songs like Emperor of the Highway and Onomatopoeia and Golden Goose, and he can be very silly at times. I think Morrissey, especially in The Smiths, has a lot of funny lines like, I was looking for a job and I found a job. Heaven knows I'm miserable now. Just classic stuff. I like They Might Be Giants a lot. I think a lot of their stuff is really funny. And also, I'm going to go with, for my last one, John Prine, who isn't always funny, but he is very, very capable of being funny and using humor in his songs. So yeah, those are going to be my 5.
All right. Well, when I think of humor, it's sort of like how do you define humor? Like, I love satire, so obviously when I think of humor in lyrics, I'm always thinking Donald Fagen, of course, Steely Dan. That's kind of an obvious one. A lot of that dark, there's like the humor, and then there's like the dark, like kind of like, I hope he's kidding about that. Donald Fagen kind of straddles that line well. I also got Ben Folds, who always kind of interjects little touches on, something like Song for the Dumped, where he says, give me back my black t-shirt, after just cussing out this, ex of his. I also got Kanye West. Kind of humor, that's kind of why I really like his 2000s output. He really was not afraid of sort of making himself almost part of the joke. He wasn't too caught up on sort of the street level of it. He was really just kind of like the entertainer. So I like the way he would work in the comedy. This one, they have real albums. They're also kind of known as being goofballs and not entirely sincere, but Jack Black, Tenacious D, straddling that line between comedy act and musical act, because I think some of their songs are really good, so I'm gonna count it. And I had Morrissey on mine. Just he's another sort of that satirical black humor, really kind of poking fun at the sacred cows of Britain, the monarchy and the church, and really kind of taking shots at them. And I think he does it really well. Me and Jason had Morrissey twice, but I'll put Prince on there. I think he was capable of being pretty funny, a little risque with his humor sometimes, but I think he interjected that into his music really well.
There's one more big one that I know we're going to get a lot of comments of, because people always comment about this band and they're like, why don't you ever talk about them? And that's Ween, another band that uses a lot of humor and that people in our audience apparently love, because they're always calling for Ween. So give them a shout.
You had kind of like that pop punk era led by, of course, Billy Joe Armstrong, and he's sort of, frat boy humor, but I think his stuff, he was pretty good at putting some humor in there, and then sort of lesser so once you get onto like Blink-182 and Sum 41, and sort of trickles down as you go out from the originators of Green Day.
So let us know who some of your favorite rock and roll funny men are. Drop them down in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Check the description for links to social media accounts. We will see you Friday for our favorite albums of 2009. Thanks for watching.